again and welcome back. If you're new around here, then hi, nice to meet you, and if you're returning, then thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name is Alana and I'm a 30-something lady who likes to talk all about things beauty, fashion, lifestyle, bullshit, with a liberal sprinkling of sarcasm on the top. I also quite like to have a sweary word in the video, so if you're not into that kind of thing, I completely understand and please feel free to vacate. But if that does sound like your cup of tea and you want to hear some fucking is this good, is this shit type of situations, then there is a little subscription button down here. Please feel free to click if you wish. This is Molly. Molly is in the background today. She just came halfway through the video, but this is Molly. This is my cat, one of my cats. She's a darling. This video is going to be a beauty pie haul. Now, I am aware that when I was talking about what's new, wedded, say kind of new format, I kept saying Beauty Bay instead of Beauty Pie. I have been subscribed to Beauty Pie before and stopped my subscription back at the end of last year into the start of this year. But I've decided to resubscribe again because they had some new shit I wanted to try. So this video is going to be a haul of things that I picked up from Beauty Pie after resubscribing, but also this look that's on my face just now is pretty much all Beauty Pie. There is a couple of bits thrown in, like some e.l.f. bite-sized palettes for a little shadow on the top, a little bit of the butter bronzer as well, and the mascara isn't Beauty Pie, but all the other bits and bobs are kind of all from Beauty Pie. The lipstick, the blush, the base, the eyebrows, and some of the eye ones as well. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, then just grab yourself a little cup of tea, coffee, beer, whatever the fuck you like, and just keep on watching. So let's get started. So as I was saying at the start there, this is going to be a Beauty Pie haul, and we're just going to have a little chit chat about Beauty Pie, and I'm going to show you what Beauty Pie comes like, and I'm going to call it Beauty Pie instead of Beauty Bay. I kept saying Beauty Bay and I was like, why the fuck have I kept saying Beauty Bay? I mean Beauty Pie. So I have done videos on Beauty Pie before. I will link in the cards here a couple of videos that I've done. They will flash up on the screen throughout this video. The long story short is, I think Beauty Pie have some great products, and I think they've got some products that are slightly overhyped, overrated and overpriced. I'm not going to go into how the subscription service works because it is a little confusing, and if you want to know that, there is a video, as I say, explaining all of that. But as of kind of December last year, December into the January of this year, I decided I was going to stop being a subscriber to Beauty Pie, and I'd been with them for the better part of, I want to say, 7 to 10 months. I can't remember off the top of my head. And I felt like at that point, I tried a lot of stuff, I quite liked a lot of stuff, but for instance, I'm just going to hold this one up. These eye wands, eye sticks, whatever you want to call them, they're just like the ones from either Laura Mercier or even the Jamie Genevieve ones from Vive we were talking about, or the ones from Kiko. These come in so many colours, they actually come in a very wide variety of colours, but I was like, I don't need to catch them all. This isn't Pokemon, I don't need every single colour just for the sake of having it. I just want the ones that I kind of like. So for that reason, there was either things that I was like, I'm getting this subscription and I'm just buying for the sake of buying, or with the skincare stuff, because of the way the subscription service works, maybe I wanted to buy a cleansing balm that in the subscription service would cost me £15, but the retail value of it was £50. And depending on the tier you're at in your subscription service, you can either have an allowance of £50 a month, £100 a month, etc. But that's not actually how much you're spending, but it's up to the limit of £100 a month, because that's supposed to be how much the product is worth. As I've said, I do go into it in detail in another video, and I just felt at that point, I was like, I'm just buying something to slot it into that price range that I can manage, or I have to double up, like I'm not spending anything one month to actually get something I want the next month. That frustrated me. I felt like Beauty Pie products are nice, and if I was able to just go on and splurge and get things that I wanted, I would do that quite regularly. But because of the way the system works, I didn't love it, and I decided to stop for a while. In saying that, there are some new things that they've brought out that I was quite interested in, and I've got a friend in work, a lady in work, who said she'd been thinking about subscribing to them for a while. She was quite interested in them, and I said, look Mo, don't worry, I'm going to put a wee subscription in again, I'm going to do a service. So I've picked up a few bits here that are not only for me, there's some of them are for my friend and work as well, and I decided I would show you them, but I am not going to swatch them because they are going to go to Mo. So this is the way it comes parcelled. I'll just show you. It's quite a big box because I've ordered quite a lot of stuff. beautiful, it's very, very nice, very, very alluring packaging. And then in every single box, it always comes with beautifully wrapped tissue paper. It always comes with this little post-it that says, don't forget to post your pie. Because they are super big on social media, they want it to be marketed, they want people to be talking about them, so they do always put these in as well. And if you do hashtag post your pie or tag beauty pie, a lot of the time they will share it as well. Just a little tidbit if you want to know. I've not done it in a while, but that's because I've not been subscribed for a while. So I noticed from the first time I was subscribed, one of the changes is that basically if you don't have enough, so say you want to buy something that is retailed at £20 and £40, but your allowance is only 50, you would need that extra £10 to get up to 60. Is that the right? I've told you before, I'm not good with maths, I'm really sorry. Mental arithmetic is not my strong point. But they are now doing this thing where it's like you can buy a boost so that you can just add that on, so that you can actually add on the other product. So that's something to be noted, is something quite interesting. So I'm gonna show you, I picked up a few bits here. Excuse me while I rustle because in tissue paper. So I bought two of these. One is for me and one is for my friend. So the one for my friend is going over here because she will get that. So this is the Triple Hyaluronic Acid Deep Moisture Miracle Cream. I have tried the Triple Hyaluronic Acid, the serum from Beauty Pie before, and I quite liked it, but I just felt, again, because it was through that subscription service, if it wasn't through the subscription service and I could just pick it up on Beauty Pie, or if I could go into Superdrug and buy it off the shelf, yeah, I would have rated it, I would have picked it up more than once. I think I bought it twice, but I just think because of the way you had to do it, it put me off, and that was just very personal, that was my choice. A lot of people did not like that video that I'd done with Beauty Pie. They felt that, like, I say a lot of people, but a few people commented saying like, well, you can't have it both ways, like you can't have your cake and eat it. And I was like, look, this is my personal opinion on the service. You don't have to think the same. So if you enjoy Beauty Pie, good for you, keep going with it, that's fine. One thing I have to say for Beauty Pie is the packaging is always beautiful. Basically what they're saying is that this, if it was sold in a norm shop like Space NK or maybe in the beauty hall at not Debenhams, they don't fucking exist anymore, Selfridges, somewhere like that, then this would be £60. It's beautiful face cream, it's fancy, but they're giving it to you at a much lesser price, and I think this costs £13 something, and it is a 50ml jar, so that is a decent price for what it is. And I tried the hyaluronic acid serum before, as I said, quite enjoyed it, and I thought, well, let's try the cream. Oh, it's quite a loose cream, I have to say. I have already done my skincare today, but I'll pop a little bit on just to get a feel for it for you, but this will not be a roundup of what this cream is because obviously I have not used it for any length of time. It does feel lovely, to be fair. It does feel really kind of moisturising and hydrating. I will need to look at the ingredients as well. So one of the first ingredients is squalene, which is brilliant, really good for the skin. There is also hyaluronic acid in it, obviously, and I don't, glycerin as well, which is great, but I don't see a dimethicone or anything that would make it feel slippery. It doesn't have a slippery feeling, it's definitely more of an oily feeling, which I know some people, that might put people off, don't take what I'm saying. I just mean it feels more like it's something that's soaking into the skin rather than sitting on the top, which I much prefer. I don't like ones that just sit on top of the skin and feel slippery. This feels like it's actually plumping my skin. But as I say, very first impressions, I've just tried that there, and I think this will be interesting. I'm still using up quite a lot of things that I bought from YESSTYLE, so this probably won't come into rotation for a little while, so I will let you know about this much later in Roundup Monthly at some point. But that's what I picked up, and as I say, my other one will go to my friend. I think there is a code, like if I give you a code I might get discount off my subscription, or like a £5 off my next monthly subscription. If that is available, there will be ads on screen, because as you know, if anything means that you get any kind of kickback, I need to let you know about it. And if I do have one, I'll either put it on screen or I'll put it down below. And if I don't have one, then that's fine, don't worry about it. I did also pick up another of the Triple Hyaluronic Acid Serum, because as I said, if it was on a shelf somewhere, I would rate it. I thought it was really nice, so I picked up that as well, but I have spoke about that before. I also picked up this, which is new. So this is their Awesome Bronze collection, and this is the Sunkissed Glow Self Tanning Drops. I seen Andrew over on Instagram talking about this. Andrew Wheatcroft, I want to say. Yeah, Andrew Wheatcroft, I had to double check there. Yeah, I see him working with Beauty Pie quite a lot, and I see him talking about this. So it is a hyaluronic acid and red seaweed extract serum, but it's tannin drops. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to put these straight on my face or if I'm supposed to put them into moisturiser. A little bit like the, what do you call it, Isle of Paradise ones. I put them into moisturiser before, but these ones apparently just go straight on your face. Massage 2 to 3 drops onto clean, dry skin, avoiding your hairline and eyebrows until absorbed, and then wash your hands immediately after. You will start to see your tan develop within 3 to 4 hours and use 2 to 4 times a week, or top up to intensify your tan. Interesting, right? So we are in summer. I do have the Isle of Paradise spray that I've still been using at the moment, but we will keep you posted on them because I thought that looked really interesting. And then I picked up these 2 items. One is a Super Cheek cream blush, and this one is in the coral shade, I'm sure, like the peachy shade. Hold on and I will show you, because again, this is for my friend, so I'm not going to swatch this, but I will show you the shade of it. Yeah, so this one is Fresh Faced, which is like this beautiful peachy pink colour here. It is gorgeous, it's really, really nice. But I'm not going to swatch that, as I say, because it is for a friend. So that will get packaged up and given to her. But what I will show you is the Super Cheek that I already own, and mine is in French Raspberry. And this is it here. I am going to do a little get ready with me with some of the Beauty Pie products as well once I've just got through what I picked up. So I will show you this on my skin that I have done before, and I think these Super Cheek blushes are really, really nice. As I say, there are some products that I think are just beautiful from Beauty Pie and other ones that I kind of go hit or miss. Now this is something I've been trying to get my hands on from Beauty Pie for ages, even when I had the subscription the first time round, and this is the Super Luminous Under Eye Genius. Personally, I think that it looks like it could be a dupe for Glossier Stretch Concealer. Right? Right? This could potentially be the same thing as Glossier Stretch. We shall see. I picked up light medium. It only comes light medium or medium to deep, so I went with this one. I think it should work, but it does look a little light for my skin at this time of year because I have a little colour on my face, but we'll give it a bash anyway. Again, as I say, I'm going to do a little get ready with me at the end of this. I then picked up 3 of the Future Lipstick Looks Shine. So these look like the balmy version of their lipstick. They have matte ones as well, but I thought this one looked the best. And again, my friend was like, I don't want a matte lipstick, I just want something nice and nude and simple and what have you. So I picked up a couple of these, and I picked up colours, and I'm trying to think what one I got for Maureen and what one I got for myself. This one is in Nude Blush. So this one here is Nude Blush, so it is quite a nude colour, it's quite simple. I don't think I'm going to swatch that because I feel like, did I buy that for... Basically, I wanted a cooler toned nude lipstick because I don't own one, but also I know she said to me, pick up something just nice and nude or pale pink for her. This one here is Naked Pink, so maybe this is the one I got for... Again, it's just a beautiful kind of... So there's not too much difference in these, it's just a beautiful kind of peachy, pinky nude colour. And then the last one I've got is in Master Sweet. So that is the 3 of them there. As you can see, there is not too much difference in the 3 of them. The one in the middle is a little pinker, the one at the bottom is a little bit more orange, and the one on the top is a little bit more neutral. So I think, if I remember rightly, Nude Blush, this neutral one, Naked Pink and Master Sweet. I think I picked up the nude and the Master Sweet for me, and the pinky one is for Maureen. So these 2 I will show you on my lips in a minute, but this one, as I say, I'm not going to swatch because it isn't mine. The other thing I will say is they smell divine. They smell very like a little MAC, but also like the Vive lipsticks. Very, very sweet smelling. And finally, I picked up 2 balm cleansers. This one is the Plantastic Apricot Butter Cleansing Balm, which I have used for a very long time and have enjoyed thoroughly. I think I've bought 3 of them throughout the subscription that I had, and then now I've picked this one up. But this one again is going to go to my friend Maureen because she wanted to try them. So this is for Mo. I'm not going to open that, but I already currently have one in my bathroom, kind of halfway through it. But they brought out a new one, and this is a hot oil double cleansing balm. So it's the same, but this one is a bit more oily. I don't know, I don't really know what the massive difference in it is. It's in a yellow tub instead of the green one, and I don't know if it means that the texture is slightly different. It certainly looks a little more shiny on the top than the apricot butter one. It doesn't really have much scent to it. Hold on. It doesn't have any scent to it at all, actually. And no, it doesn't really have any scent, and it's maybe a slightly stickier to oil texture than the butter. The other thing I'll say is this doesn't come with a little spatula. I don't know if that's normal, because normally they come with the little spatula, and it also doesn't have a cloth in it. So that's a bit strange considering it's a hot oil double cleansing balm. I know that the apricot butter one usually comes with a little cloth. I'm just going to check that packet in case things have changed since I last ordered. No, the cloth is still in the bottom of that one. So this one still comes with a cloth, that one does not. I'm not entirely sure why not. I was just reading there to make sure it is still to come off with a cloth. I'm not sure why this one doesn't come with a cloth, but it hasn't, so there you go. And lastly, I picked up this, which is the Beauty Pie Archology Eyebrow Sculpting Gel. The reason I picked this up is because I thought this looks quite similar to that of the Charlotte Tilbury, the Legendary Brows. The little brush on the end is a little bit more Glossier Boy Brow or Elf Boy Brow, if I'm honest. I thought it would be a little bit more like the Charlotte, but the outer component certainly looks a bit more like the Charlotte, the kind of sleek packaging and stuff. So I picked that up in Perfect Brown as well. So let's do a really nice easy look with some products for you, just so you can get an idea of what Beauty Pie is like, and I'll try some of the new stuff I picked up as well. Alright, so we brought you in a little bit closer now. Hold on while I just put my fringe out the way. There we go. So I'm going to start off with this from Beauty Pie because it is something that I think is very, very nice. I've been using for quite a while now. As you can see, it's not got much left in it, but I picked this up back in maybe anywhere between August and November last year from Beauty Pie and really started to enjoy it. This is called the Nude Glow All-in-Wonder Illuminating Primer. As you can see there, it's got this like holographic effect on the ball that's a little blue. It doesn't have any blue duochrome in it, do not worry. It has a little bit of a tint to it. I'm just going to squeeze it on the back of my hand there, you can see. But it actually doesn't, it's not full coverage at all. It doesn't look like a full coverage item. You can put this on straight away with fingers as a little bit of a primer, or just a really, really nice light base, and that's generally the way I kind of use it because, as you know, I prefer something that's not too heavy on my skin. I prefer a lighter base. So sometimes this is something I would put on for work because there's just a little tint to it, and it does give a nice luminosity to the skin, but it lets my skin breathe. It shows my skin through it. Through COVID times, I've not been putting on a lot of kind of anything from here because it's quite a lot to put on and then wear a mask all day, but for items like this it's quite nice because it's almost just like a nice kind of easy tinted moisturizer, and it doesn't mess up with your mask too much. I don't take my mask off and feel like I've got a mask of makeup inside it. So you can see how quickly that went on there. It's just a really nice easy base. It's something as well that if I needed to get out the house quite quickly and just have a little bit of colour, bring it down my chest a little bit, there's not too much worrying about making sure is my face the same colour as my body, that kind of thing. My face is naturally a little bit darker than my chest at the moment just because I've caught some sun, but to be honest with you, I'm not having to worry about if I'm matching my base or my foundation, and it feels really, really nice on the skin. It leaves a nice sheen, a dewy glow, and I do enjoy it. I think it is a really, really nice product. So if you are going to pick up anything from Beauty Pie, I do suggest this. It's very, very nice. So let's go in with the Super Luminous Under Eye Genius because this will be a kind of first impressions for me. And as I said, this I think is possibly going to be a dupe for Stretch Concealer. We shall see. I'm going to take my KGH number 8 brush. I'm just going to use it like this and pop it on underneath the eye. I'm just giving it a feel because I want to know. Texturally, it does feel very, very similar. I do think this is a little light. I don't know if you'll see it in my hand there. A little light for this time of year. But while I'm buffing that out, it doesn't stay quite as sticky as Glossier Stretch. I don't think. It maybe just mattifies a little bit more. But we'll pop some of this under here. Hold on, I'll zoom you in so you can see. So you can see where I've just applied it here. Actually applying really, really nicely with this brush. I love this brush for this kind of thing. I love any brush. If I'm not using this one, I really quite enjoy the E03, is it, from LARAFAYE, this one here. It's got a kind of similar, it's like a dome topped thing, but I like the Katie Jane Hughes one because you can get in a wider space. And if you did want to use this as a little bit more of a foundation rather than just a concealer, you can cover more areas with it. So that is it there. just brightens up ever so slightly under here. But that's kind of all I need sometimes. That's all I feel I want. I don't like wearing a lot of cakey makeup in those areas because it just gathers into fine lines, and you'd be a fucking liar if you said you didn't. I'm going to just put a little bit around my nose as well, and I've got a little tiny spot going on here that I don't even know how I managed it, but I picked the top off of it and I didn't even mean it, so I'm just putting a little bit of that across my nose as well. It is a little fair for me at this time of year, but it's not horrific. I'll just put some here as well across my chin because these are the areas where I do have a little bit more pigmentation. Okay, so texturally, I think it's quite similar to Glossier Stretch. It's not a dead match. I still don't think I'm going to find anything that's a dead match. What I am going to say is, I like this, but see on first impressions it is just ever so slightly thicker than Glossier Stretch. There's something about it that's making me feel like that is going to gather in lines a lot easier than Glossier Stretch. And Glossier Stretch does move, like I've said that a million times. It's not one that goes on and doesn't go into fine lines. You'd be a liar if you said it didn't. But what I like about it is that you can just give it a little tap and it kind of just comes back to what it is. That's what I love about Glossier Stretch. It doesn't like stay solid, stuck places. But it is just a little heavier, just a little heavier. Anyway, first impressions, it's okay, it's done the job. I'm going to take this from Beauty Pie, and I have spoke about these before. I have them in On Taupe and Choco, which are two really, like a nice light brown, kind of warm brown, and this lovely dark deep brown, but again it is a slight warm undertone. These are so similar to the likes of Laura Mercier Caviar Stick. This is the copper one. To the Vive, for instance, I think they're better than the Vive ones, I'm sorry, but I do. And the Kiko ones. Kiko ones are very similar to these. These are beautiful products. I would highly recommend these if you're looking for anything from Beauty Pie. These are really nice. Today I'm going to take the On Taupe because it's just really easy to kind of sweep across the eye and then make it into a little bit of a look. So on one side of the eye, and then I'm going to take my LARAFAYE E07 and just buff that out onto the eye. This is just a very quick and easy go-to look. I might add a little powder over the top, a little bit of something from e.l.f. I do not own any eyeshadows from Beauty Pie because the palettes that are from Beauty Pie, they've never really intrigued me too much. There's been none that I've thought, oh, I really want to try that. I have seen that they've done palettes that are similar to Charlotte Tilbury. You can tell they're like duped, or not duped, maybe bought from the same factory because that's what Beauty Pie say they do. But I've never really owned shadows from them because nothing has really taken my fancy. I have owned some other bits and bobs, eyeliners for instance. I did have a trio of eye pots, which one I still have. It's beautiful. It's like a copper one and it's more like a glitter. That's really nice. The other two I passed along. And I also did try a pot eyeliner, but I wasn't a big fan of that. I've tried mascara from them. I wasn't a big fan of that. And highlighting trio as well that I wasn't a big fan on and passed that along. I think I actually sold that one on eBay or Vinted or something. So there are things that I've tried and thought, oh, this is quite nice, and this has been a bit hit and miss. It's just how it goes. As I'm saying, I think the eye ones are something that I would highly recommend, but other people might recommend different things to you. I have only tried, I think it was the Uber Volume mascara. Maybe some of the other mascaras are much nicer, but personally for me, I just didn't get on with that mascara and it made me think, well, I probably wouldn't try another one. And there we go. So that's just really easy to put a wash of colour across the eye with these sticks, and I think they're really nice. I'm gonna just take a little bit underneath as well to join that together. And there we go, I've just taken a little bit under there as well. What I'm gonna do is take little e.l.f. bite-sized palette, and I'm just going to add a little powder over the top, a little bit of depth to that. I'm not going to go into it too much because really you're here to see the Beauty Pie stuff. But what I'm going to say is I think that these these pencils, these eye ones, they do crease a little. I'm not going to sit here and say that they don't. They do. But I don't think you'll find it hard to find one that doesn't, with the exception of the Vive one, but I think they're very hard to blend. If I'm doing a look where I'm like, oh, I just want a one and done shadow colour, then the Kiko ones I think are probably the best. But even at that, if I'm using this one for saying it's like this pewter gold colour, or the green one I've got from Kiko, then sometimes I will go over the top with a kind of similar eyeshadow colour just to set it down a little, and it gives a really nice base before you're putting anything else on. So I always kind of put on a shadow over the top anyway. I'm not expecting wonders from these types of things. So if anybody's going to tell you, oh, like, don't buy them, they're crap, they crease. They do crease, but if you set them with a little powder over the top, they do a beautiful job and the colour is still there. Now that was me using the, what do you call it, cream and sugar palette there, just the lightest shade, but I'm going to take the pumpkin pie one to get this lovely warm tone in the crease. And there we go, so I've just deepened up the socket of that a little. It's just a really quick and easy wearable look today. I'm not trying to do anything too fancy. I'm going to run a little bit of that darker shade and then actually maybe just a little bit of this kind of more taupe brown under here again, just to tie them together. These are kind of looks that I would do if I just know, like, I'm going somewhere, I want to put on a little eye makeup, but it's not to be too fancy. It's almost like a neutral look, but a warm neutral look, because that's what I gravitate towards, but it's not bright orange. I'm just trying to be a bit more like done, but not over the top. And I'm going to take this one from the cream and sugar palette, the kind of more icy, not icy, more golden, I would say. This one's a little warmer, but I'm going to take the more golden one and just place a little of that across the top there, just like so. Alright, so mascara is on. I'm going to zoom you in a little. Have I got mascara on my face there? Oh my god. I'm going to zoom you in a little to show you the brows, but that's just a really quick and easy eye look, and then we will go into the face once I've done brows. Alright, so you can see the eyes there. It's amazing what a bit of mascara makes a difference. But I'm just going to brush my brows up. I do have quite bushy brows, so a lot of the time I don't really put pencil or powder through them or anything. I usually just use a tinted gel. And I thought this one was going to be like the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows, but the wand is very different. The wand looks more like Glossy Boy Brow or e.l.f. So we shall see how this works. As I said before, I got this one in Perfect Brown, so I'm hoping that is going to be a good shade for me. I'm just going to run it through. Oh, you can definitely see the pigment there, so that's quite interesting. I feel like with Glossy Boy Brow you have to like give a good few sweeps before you start seeing some pigment, but that doesn't bother me because I'm a bit scared with my brows sometimes because they're quite bushy. I always worry it'll get them to Groucho marks too quickly. Alright, so you can definitely see the difference between this brow and this one, can't you? I quite like that. I think that's quite nice actually. I'm pleasantly surprised. Just going to sort that wee tail. I've got like this bit where if I pluck it, it's going to make me too skinny, but equally it's like a fucking ditty. It goes in a funny little bit. I can't help it. It's just the shape of my eyebrow. I'm going to do the other side now. I think the colour is really good too. I was worried it was going to be maybe a little warm, because for all I've got warm colours in my hair, sometimes like a brunette or a warm brown is not quite right. It doesn't look quite right even though I've got kind of more black eyebrows, but if I use a black it's too dark. So this looks like quite a good colour match. And there we go, that's the other one done. What I'm going to say is that I've not done this side so tidy, but it's quite firm. Like, I'm aware I can feel that in my brows. It's quite stiff, but I suppose that like that's a good thing if people really want their brows to stay in position. But it's not as soft as Glossy Boy Brow. I would say this is a little bit more like the Charlotte one in that it's like once they are up, they are going to be up and stay up. So yeah, I think that's quite nice. That stuff is pretty cool. I'm now going to go on and put on a little bit of the French Raspberry, which isn't going to be perfect for this eye look, but I thought it might be worth showing you because it is a really beautiful product. I do really like this. Now I'm going to take this one from my KGH Academy. This is the number 4 brush. There is a little bit of residue from a pink blush that I had on yesterday, but it's kind of a pinky colour anyway, so I don't think it'll be too disastrous. It's like a dual fibre one, it's got double bristles, so it will place things quite softly. I know this side is looking a bit scary at the moment, but I'm going to blend that out. And as I say, I know this is a little pinker than I would usually wear with this colour eye, but actually I think this is a beautiful blush. It's so nice, it's so easy to work with. You can use it with your fingers as well. I used to use my fingers a lot to put this blush on actually, especially in winter, because I would maybe take it to work because you want to look a little bit more berry in work days. So I do really like this. It's just a beautiful berry hue on the cheek here. So that gives you a good idea of what the blush is like, but the peachy one that I picked up, or the corally one that I picked up for Mo, is probably more the colour I would have worn with this look, but it gives you an idea of what the blush goes on like and how it looks, and I do think the super cheap blushes are really, really nice. They're well worth a look. Now, I don't own any bronzer from Beauty Pie. I've never been that enamoured with any of the powder ones, and the liquid ones I tried there. I suppose it would be more of a contour wand, contour stick. I have the opposite one, like the illuminating side of it, but I did try the contour side, which was the deeper like bronzing stick. It just wasn't my cup of tea, it wasn't my thing. So I'm gonna go in with the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. As we know, a favourite, I've been loving it all year. And I'm taking that on my LARAFAYE F02, my favourite bronzing brush, and I'm just gonna place that right around all the other areas, the peripheries, which means that this pinky blush isn't going to look too pink. It's going to look more like I've caught the sun, because as I've said before, my face needs that. There you go, just taking it right across my nose as well, and I would take this right down my chest too, my bronzer, when I was going out and about, but I'm not actually going out today, so I'm not too worried about it. But I've taken it right across my nose as well, and across my chin and under these areas to try and get my classic double chin dropping back a wee bit, but a wee bit more bronzed. If you wanted to go back in with the blush just to add that pop of pink again, I'm just using the same brush, you could, it's fine, and you could do that, but that's fine for me. Now I'm going to talk about the Triple Beauty Luminizing wand. As I said, this is the partner in crime to the contour stick, and this is beautiful, so nice. I raved about it at the time when I first got it, and I would still rave about it now, and I do still regularly reach for this. So it is one of these little sponge tip ones. I'd say it's one of the dupes for Charlotte Tilbury's style of wands like this. I have went straight on the face before, but generally what I like to do is tap it on the fingers and then run it along here. Let me zoom you in so you can see this happening. Alright, so I've put some on my fingers here, and I'm just gonna tap that on the tops of the cheek. It's so nice. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a dupe for the Vive Skin Dew. This is a lot more like a golden highlight cream. Skin Dew is a little bit more like just a liquid oil with some gold through it. This is definitely more like a liquid highlight kind of situation, but it's a pretty good dupe if you thought you didn't want to pay the money for Skin Dew, or you thought you weren't able to get your hands on it. Then this is a really nice option for a similar kind of look, but it isn't the same. I'll show you here because it's really apparent when you put it on the top of the cupid's bow there and up the ventral lines, is that what you call them? These two bits up here is really obvious, and then I will put just a little bit right here across the kind of bridge of my nose and up here too. But it gives a beautiful sheen on the cheek. It is very nice stuff. I do really rate these ones. Alright, so that is me almost finished the look, but I'm just going to give a little nod to the lip liner from Beauty Pie as well. This one is the Moisture Lock Wonder Gel lip liner, and I have mine in Foxy. I really like these as well. I thought that was very nice, and I would be tempted to pick up another one of these. Now it is a very kind of brown colour, but it's got a warm tone to it, which works a lot better for me, and they're so soft as well. But yeah, I do think these lip liners are really nice. I enjoy this, and I would say give it a go. The other thing I was going to talk about were the, oh, what are they called? Ultra Colour Pro eyeliners. I've got one in plum and one in navy. These are nice. I just don't reach through them too much. Hold on, I'll just put a little swatch on the back of my hand. The navy is beautiful. It's just maybe the time of year I haven't been reaching for them because it's summer. And the plum is really pretty as well. The plum I used the other week actually in a look that was a KGH Academy. But I just haven't been reaching for them at this time of year. But they are very nice. The navy especially I think is absolutely stunning. The colour is very nice. But I just didn't feel I needed to put them on for this look, so I haven't. Now let's try one of these new lipsticks. This one is Nude Blush, and this one is Master Sweet. I think today, will I go with Nude Blush or Master Sweet? I think today I'm going to go with Master Sweet. I think that's just going to work nicely with this look, and it is a nude colour, but I think it's going to be a slightly cooler toned nude for me. Ooh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Very like balmy, very soft and balmy. Smells very sweet as well, but nice, very nice. Like, I like the finish of it. I can't imagine this would be an uncomfortable lipstick to wear for any length of time. I think that's really nice. That's lovely. I like the finish of it. I like the sheen to it as well. Yeah, I like that quite a lot. Hold on, and I'll just swatch both of them for you so you can see them next to each other. So this one here is Nude Blush and this one here is Master Sweet. This is the one I've got on today. There's a plum obviously and the navy as well so you can see. But the nude one is just ever so slightly... This one's just a bit richer, I would say. This one's a little lighter, a little pinker. But this one is the one that's here today on my lips. Definitely a little browner. This one maybe a little lighter and a little pinker. But that is everything for What's New Wednesday this week. Molly has came to join us now. Look at her. Little scone. Oh, hello. So that is it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed that. Tell me what your thoughts are on Beauty Pie. Have you been an avid user of Beauty Pie? Do you love Beauty Pie? I think I am going to go back down to the £5 a month now and just keep an eye on things. If something new comes out that maybe I like, maybe I do want to pick up another kind of hyaluronic acid, maybe I do want to pick up another cleansing balm, something like that. That's probably what I will use it for. But I'll see how it goes over the next few months again and see what happens, because I think they do have nice products. I just wish there was a different scheme, a different service option to get the things you wanted. But yeah, that is everything for now, and I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you all again in the next one. Bye.